And good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to PWBA Regional Action right here on Bowl TV. We've got the 2026 PWBA Rhode Island Regional Action getting right underway here. Our number 4 seed, Stephanie Casey, taking on number 3 seed, Lauren Marks. And joining me today on the call is none other than our 9th place finisher here this week and finished really strong, Gigi Mason. Hey, Gigi.
Yeah, what up, y'all?
What a great opening shot there.
Nice.
Stephanie Casey, our number 4 qualifier, averaged 211.75 plus 94 to get into that number. Bowled a big last game from Yonkers, New York. Her opponent, Lauren Marks, getting ready to get started here on the right lane. Take a look at our oil pattern here, Gigi. You guys bowled on 43 feet here this week.
Yes.
About 26 milliliters of oil. Both players having no problem so far with strikes. What did you see from this lane pattern?
So I actually started, well, in practice I was a little bit in, 43 feet, but I was like, let me just try my concept. So I actually started with that, free hook, or I would say a little bit more hook friction to the right. Put a little bit of surface on that. That looked okay, but even though it was 43 feet, I feel like there was a certain place you could only go so far left, without it getting kind of like over under. So I probably ended around like 25 left, 15, 25 on my feet, 15 at the arrow, trying to get it to that tracer. The tracer to the right, which I feel like she just got it too. Maybe a little bit in, but.
Yeah, you were one of the players that played a little bit further in. I think today's finals will be a little bit more towards the second arrow or just a little bit right of that here today. A little bit less rev rate. Lauren from Parsippany, New Jersey, 25 years old, averaged 213.63 for her 8 games of qualifying today. We had 41 players. These are your top 4 here today.
Nice. Oh, Lauren, she actually, we bowled on the same pair in the Pennsylvania regional.
Yeah, she finished 6th last month in Bethlehem. That's her best finish ever. She's bowled 4 regionals.
Okay.
And she finished 7th here 2 years ago.
Nice. Consistency right there.
Both players here in our opening match, this is their best finish ever on the PWBA regional circuit.
Nice. Read it.
Stephanie got that one just a little bit wide.
What is she throwing? Is it the Black Widow Dynasty, the 3.0?
She is throwing the Black Widow Dynasty.
Okay.
And she also said she has an alert in her bag. She has an alert and a Black Widow Dynasty. Those are the 2 balls she used today, and she's also on turbo staff.
Okay, nice. And that's why I asked, too, because she was to the right of me all day, and I was just like, I don't know which purple ball it is, but it's one of the 2.
Using an asymmetric bowling ball to get it rolling just a little bit sooner here. We're using lanes 9 and 10 at East Providence lanes. They got 60 lanes here, Gigi.
We have quite a few, yes.
We could have held like 4 tournaments here today.
Man, I think this is actually the biggest center in Rhode Island, that, if I'm certain.
I actually was told in New England.
Oh,
all of New England is the largest bowling center now.
Okay, I did not know that. Fun fact of the day.
So all even through 2 frames here. Max scores are 280. Way early to be talking about that, but both players are clean so far, which is a good thing for making your first telecast.
Right. Just trying to control the pocket the best way you can. And if you feel like, things aren't really in your control, or if you maybe not be making the best shots, a little nervous, just trying to fill those frames until you could get some things going. That looks better.
Right in the pocket, leaves the 10 pin. Stephanie last year at the USBC Queens, she went and bowled that event. She won 2 matches.
Is that her first Queens or first tournament on the national tour? I'm just not sure.
It was her best finish, she told me.
Okay, nice. Queens is one of my favorite tournaments. I think it might be my favorite tournament, actually.
It's the easiest, hardest tournament to win.
Yes.
Curtis Von Kruger here with us as well.
Nice.
Taking care of all of our production needs today is Curtis.
Thank you, Curtis.
If it goes well, I am. If it doesn't, it's not my fault.
Now, Gigi, I know you can appreciate this. Lauren has 70,000 followers on TikTok, 20,000 over on the gram.
Let's go.
And I'll tell you why in just a minute. What a shot.
Nice. Great pitch.
She is a colored artist. She does colored pencil drawings online, and she's even got a company that she works with where she does social media posts. She's very artistic, and also she's very smart. She's a first-team academic All-American when she bowled at Caldwell.
What?
Yeah. Take a look at this over the shoulder here. See the ball reaction?
Super smooth. That was nice. I did not know that about Lauren. I'm going to have to follow her and look to see what kind of drawings and stuff that she be doing.
Doing the
because-
same thing.
Yes. Nice.
Got that one in a little bit, but she's created a little bit of room out there on the lane for herself, looking really good through 4 frames.
She looks comfortable, too. She looks like she's been here before, which is nice. Do we know what ball Lauren is throwing? I see a purple one, but I just can't really tell from here.
More on that in a minute.
Okay, no problem.
Stephanie with the light mixer. Stephanie from Yonkers said she made the 3-hour drive in. Wasn't too bad. She loves traveling with her family. She got into bowling. Her parents and her grandparents bowled, and that's why she's now a bowler.
Nice. I'm the complete opposite. My parents, nobody in my family bowled, actually.
You just picked it up.
Yeah, my dad's friend, he actually taught, okay. Oh, he had a junior program and kind of taught kids how to bowl, give inner city kids something to do, be productive, and I just started, and ever since then, I never stopped.
And another
Pitch.
strike right there. What a nice double. And when both players getting really comfortable now here, Gigi.
Yes.
Playing that outside part of the lane. Oh, solid 9.
Yeah. Especially too, after the re-oil, bowling on fresh, not getting too far away from it too early. Granted, there's been a little bit of practice, but 2 on the pair. Them staying a little bit further right using the friction, I think, is a great idea. Nice.
Nice cover there. Now, you asked what bowling ball is she using right now. I don't know her progression, but she's in a Turbo X right now. A bit of an older nameplate, but it was reintroduced a couple years ago.
Okay. Thank you for that.
You're welcome. I got more information about Lauren as well if you want it.
Yes, please.
She's got 2 coaches. Ken Yakubowski at Rockaway Lanes.
Okay.
She coaches people there, and she said Ken takes great care of her there, and was also her coach in college, and also wanted to give a shout out to David Hanf, her other coach.
Nice.
And she is locked in right here in Providence. We're going to go ahead and send it to our sponsors here for a quick commercial break. We'll be right back with you.
Get closer to the action. Follow PWBA's YouTube channel for content you won't find anywhere else.
Last place Larry gets mic'd up. No!
It's magnetic, so when I'm nervous, I can do like, ah! It's great. Yeah!
Phase 2 makes me want to open up too much, and I don't want to cover that many boards, so we're going to something that doesn't flare as much.
Okay.
What the hell?
See it. I love bowling. At 8 a.m.
Hit subscribe and never miss a moment.
All right, welcome back to East Providence Lanes here in Providence, Rhode Island for the 2026 PWBA Rhode Island Regional, second half of game number 1. And Gigi, I got to ask you right here, both of these players, pretty impressive.
Right.
What do you like about what both these players are doing on this championship pair?
To be honest, I feel like they're playing in a similar area, but they're just keeping it simple, you know, controlling the pocket. They both look comfortable. And when you can do that, I feel like the score will take care of itself. Look at that.
Oh, no.
Did I speak too soon?
And, you know, we had the commercial break, a little bit of a pause.
Right.
And Stephanie came back and made a great shot on that right lane. Pays the ultimate penalty, the 7-10.
Man, my coach at school, well, his coach Bill Straub, but I call him Coach Strabo, when he was at Nebraska, when I was there, he would just say, call it a mulligan.
Boy, I wish she could take a mulligan right here because that was too good of a shot to get 8.
Exactly. Get the count. All right.
She did. All right, so that changes things quite a bit here. Lauren takes the lead on the bench. 235 max score for Stephanie. Lauren can still get to 259. Now, Gigi, if you leave a 7-10, what are you supposed to do on the next shot?
You know, for me, it depends. But if I just did that after commercial break, I probably wouldn't do anything too different. Yeah, I wouldn't. I wouldn't do anything too different. Maybe if I do it again, maybe I'll do something a little different. But I would just call that a fluke and then try to execute the best shot that I can. Now, if I feel like you're Simo, that might be...
You might do something a little different.
Exactly.
I watched Born to Bowl, too.
Nice.
All right, what a great comeback shot there after the 7-10.
Yes.
Been impressed with both ladies so far. The way that ball goes through the 1-3.
We like that.
6 goes right into the 10. Quickly working now here. Uh-oh.
You're kidding me.
It's back.
God.
Something to keep in our mind moving forward in the rest of today's telecast is, will the 7-10 come up again? Hopefully not.
That made me hot as if I just bowled. Jeez.
I mean, they've got plenty of angle coming into the pocket, it looks like.
Yeah. All right, after that, I probably would make a small, slight adjustment. Small, nothing crazy. Back-to-back 7-10s on the right lane is wild.
Total bad break in bowling. That's the worst break you can have. Make sure you stick around with us for the next 2 matches. Our number 2 seed today is Carson Lukosius, and our top seed after the next match will have to take on Alyssa Ferraro. Ferraro coming all the way in from Florida to come up and bowl this event because she's been riding the hot hand. We'll talk more about that later.
I'm looking forward to hearing about that. Oh, that gave me a headache. Come on, regroup. Carry it. Oh, that was a great pitch.
Ring 10.
From my view. Looked pretty good.
Now, you've been in pressure situations before, big stages like this one we have here today. The heart rate gets up a little bit. You start to get the adrenaline running, and sometimes you can have the tendency of throwing the ball a bit hard. Do you think that's something that these players may have done coming out of commercial break?
Maybe. I mean, I feel like that could be a possibility. Yeah, maybe, you know, with the back-to-back 7-10s or just feeling a little ice, you know, a little bit. I don't know.
Could be
Nice
a little bit
fair.
of lane transition as well.
Right.
This oil moves around on the lane so much in today's modern game.
Yes.
The reactive balls take the oil off. The plastic and urethane balls push the oil down the lane, constantly changing.
Correct. And that's why I said after the second 7-10, I'd probably make a slight adjustment just to not have that be 3 in a row.
Okay, last time on this lane, we don't want to talk about it.
No, we
Let's see if
don't.
she can come back here and get 10.
Break the curse. You got this.
Got that one a
Nice.
little left up the lane, and it laid there.
Yes. I wonder if that was her adjustment, or if she even made an adjustment, maybe moved her eyes, moved her feet, or I don't know, but I'm glad it, you know, it held, got her what she was looking for.
During qualifying, as I was watching all of you bowl today come through here, every once in a while you would see a player not make a great shot and miss a little bit to the right. And we saw washouts. We saw missing the head pin to the right. So maybe those 7-10s were just a little bit to the right. That one there, she kept up the lane, especially on lane 10 and 10 in the pit. For an 18-pin lead.
Big here. Oh.
Yes, light mixer.
Nice.
It's okay, Stephanie. You can smile after that. Those couple shots. All right, so she's got the game. She's got the game in hand here. She can bowl 235. Lauren needs to apply some pressure here. Throw a couple of good shots here. 9th, 10th frame strikeout, 217, and still have a chance. There we
Nice.
go.
Way to go.
Both of these ladies made awesome shots on the right lane after the 7-10.
Let's go. I think that's one of the coolest things as as a spectator. Not that I would prefer to be one right now, but you know, being able to see people make any adjustments that they did after, you know, a bad break like that. Oh, okay. Oh, sorry. Hi, guys. Sorry.
So if Lauren strikes out, she can bowl 217. That would force Stephanie to throw the first strike in the 10th.
Ooh.
Another good shot. I mean, Lauren here has bowled a great game.
She had control of the pocket all game.
Let's try to see what happens here as the ball exited the pattern. Couple boards right of that tracer, as you mentioned, down lane. 6 just lays there in the gutter.
Right.
Uh-oh, and she missed the spare. That's going to pretty much wrap things up here in game number 1, a 185 score. But that score is not reflective of how she bowled.
Agreed.
So Stephanie here now, she can do a couple different things. She can go up and just keep trying to do the same thing over and over again. She can also go up and switch balls and possibly go to get some more information about this pair, especially on a lane where she left a 7-10 earlier.
Exactly. I'm curious to see what she's going to do. Well, it looks like she probably is throwing the same ball, but curious to see what she does in the next couple shots if she were to strike here.
Looked like she moved her
Ooh.
feet a little bit further right.
Yeah.
Leaves the 2-4-5.
I left too many of those today.
Did you?
Yeah, I just think my speed was a little bit fast, especially when I was pressing a little bit, get some strikes so I can not walk out here empty-handed. But I feel like when your speed was definitely too fast, I saw a lot of those, a lot of 2.810s as well.
All right, nice cover. Yeah, exactly. We got that the same.
Yeah.
Let's see what she does here on this fill. If she's going to switch balls or go to a different part of the lane, or just say, you know what, get one into the next match. I just want to throw one good one here and think about that as I get ready to bowl my next match. A lot of different strategies here in bowling.
Oh, it's looking like she's sticking to this ball. I wonder if she's going to maybe do anything different on the lane, but I'm not going to lie. I was a little curious to see what her alert would do from here. Oh,
Almost again.
I'm glad it's in the fill. Glad it doesn't matter.
So our
Nice.
final score, game number 1, Stephanie Casey advances to take on Carson Lukosius coming up here in the next match. It was 211 to 185 over Lauren Marks. Lauren finishes 4th. And now let's hear from our friends at Kegel. PWBA Rhode Island Regional match number 1 in the books. Now we get our first look at our number 1 seed and number 2 seeds as they both get to come over and receive some practice on lanes 9 and 10. Our number 1 seed, Alyssa Ferraro. She averaged 226.50 earlier today. And Carson Lukosius, who averaged 224.50. They get a few shots here on this championship pair.
Okay.
Let's take a look at Carson Lukosius a little more up close to her style. What a great release she has.
Yeah. Definitely stays behind it longer as well. It's actually, Carson's very consistent. There's a couple times, oh, wow. Even though it's practice during kind of this event as well, and even Pennsylvania. And I know at Queens last year we bowled on the same pair, so that's kind of was like a guide for me. Kind of bouncing ideas off of each other, or we're kind of similar. And I guess you would say areas to play. So whenever I felt like I got a little lost, I was just like, where is Carson? You know, what area is she in, so I could kind of get an idea of maybe where I wanted to be and if I was in trouble. Staying behind it more, staying behind it longer definitely helps you with consistent ball roll.
Yeah, Carson has a really great flat spot at the bottom of her swing, which allows her a lot of time to manipulate ball roll. She can get a lot of tilt if she wants,
Right.
but she can also get length if she needs. So it's really, really impressive. I've really, really enjoyed watching Carson over the last couple of
Yeah.
years.
Right, she doesn't have, 5 regional titles? She doesn't have 5 for no reason.
I think it's either 5 or
5 or
6.
6, yeah.
She's
wasn't
bowled
sure
for
the
the
number.
She's bowled for the title 8 times. She's bowled.
She has 5 regional titles,
5,
looking for
okay.
number 6 today.
Okay.
She's bowled 11 total regionals, and her lowest finish is 12th.
That's
And then-
say enough.
And then every other one has either been top 10 or top 3.
Nice.
And she's guaranteed another at least top 3 finish again today.
Keep adding to the resume, Carson. I'm here for it.
Well, she's actually going to bowl some national tour stops this year. She's bowling Rockford. She's going to bowl the Queens, bowl a couple of other things. And I guarantee you all these regional players are like, win that title.
Yes.
Win that title.
Yeah, and I think it's kind of cool that you actually said that because, you know, forming relationships out here, you see a lot of the similar faces like with the regional tour. So when you do have someone who makes it from the regional or were to go bowl national stops, you know, and is successful, does well, it's kind of cool. It's just like we're cheering like, yeah, like you did that, you know?
Well, she's had the game to be a national tour player
sure.
for a long. But I've said it before. She has a great job. She loves her job.
Yeah.
She's manages a golf course, and so she does this because she loves it.
Exactly.
She doesn't need to make the money, but she loves to compete.
Right.
But I think she's getting that itch to see how she truly stacks up against the absolute best of the world.
Yeah, and Carson does she does well even at Queens. Same pair. I think she maybe won like 2-3 matches, whatever it was. I can't remember exactly, but Carson could definitely compete on the national tour and be successful.
Yeah.
So when she did win the regional showdown, I was just like, girl, are you gonna vote more stops? You know,
Let's
now that
go.
they're paid for. So, yeah.
Stephanie on the left. Stephanie's going to start on the left.
Bowling fans. Carson has her warm-up shot since she's elected to have Stephanie begin the match again on the left lane.
Got you.
This is our semifinal match here.
God, sorry.
Favorite player.
Hi, chat. Gigi here.
Also, everybody, a giveaway has begun thanks to our friends over at Motive Bowling. We're going to be giving away a Motive bowling ball. Make sure you get out of full screen mode so you can make sure you enter in to win the Motive bowling ball. If you are selected, it will pop up on the screen, and if you are selected, our marketing team will get in touch with you in the near distant future with the same email address that you sign up for Bowl TV. Good luck, everybody. We're giving away a Motive bowling ball.
Nice. If it's free, my godfather, if it's free, give me 3. But Bowl TV, y'all can't get 3. You're going to get 1. Whoever wins.
All right, so Stephanie Casey's made it through the first match. That's a good feeling.
Looks like she's starting with the same ball she ended with as well. So looking forward to see how the first shot looks. Looks a little, I was going to say it looked a little in from my point of view, but it did what it needed to do.
We're sitting right up on top of it. kind of more of the same. That ball's not really driving through the pins on lane 9, but they're getting them all to fall.
Yeah. If you're going to give me mixers, I'm not going to do too much differently.
Take a look at that ball go through the pins. So here's our first look at Carson Lukosius up on the right lane. She's from Freehold, New Jersey.
Starting with the Bionic. Nice pitch.
She started earlier today in her 8 games of qualifying. She started with an Equinox Solid with some surface on it.
That's a great ball.
And then she switched to the Bionic in game 3, and she said it was Bionic the rest of the way.
Yes.
And this bowling ball has won 3 titles on the PBA Tour already this season in 2026.
Ball speaks for herself. Nice spare.
She said through all of qualifying, she was pretty much just playing around the track. She saw some other folks get a little bit deeper on the lanes. She tried to stay more towards the track area, and she led going into the last game. Bowled a mediocre game the last game, and ended up getting passed by our #1 seed, Alyssa Ferraro.
Okay. I would say the Bionic, actually, I think that this ball, too, matches well in this house. I sub here on leagues. It's like a 41-foot SYC pattern. And I actually ended up throwing it a little bit today, so great choice from Carson. Nice. Great pitch.
That ball drove towards the 8 pin, through the pins. A lot of power. Watch how this ball comes off the pattern and just goes left.
So good.
It's like Sweet Caroline. So good. So good.
I said that in my head. Ooh. It's starting to look like that ball's getting a little labory, a little lazy. Don't want to drive through the pins as well.
And when a bowling ball gets lazy, what are you looking for at the end of the pattern there? Just kind of straight?
Oh, yes. Well, that's what I'm seeing. When it's getting a little labory, I feel like it's going a little bit forward through the pins. I would say doesn't drive as much.
Watch the 5 pin here.
Yeah. Yeah. Look like a little bit of deflection.
And she covers it.
Nice.
She's covered every makeable spare so far. Only open frame being that 7-10 in the last game. We're not going to talk about that anymore.
Oh, no. No
Sorry
more
about that.
from anyone, please. And when we talk about strategy, and when you see, or as a player, when you see your ball maybe not going through the pins as well, like I wonder what Stephanie is thinking, like if she wants to kind of play it safe, just keep control of the pocket. Is she okay with, the ball maybe not driving as much as it once was? Or if she can do, maybe different tricks with her hands, a little bit of loft, whatever the case may be, to get the ball through the pins a little bit better.
Stood up on that one a little bit, but it recovers down lane. Stephanie also, she's the VP of operations at an insurance agency, loves her job.
Cool.
Wishes she could bowl more, but she's got that full-time job.
That's nice.
Light mixer gets it done.
We love mixers.
We do. Now, Carson here has a viewing party happening right now in Riverview, Florida today. So shout out to everybody watching today in
that's so
Riverview,
cool.
Florida, family and friends.
Nice.
There's a strike for you, Florida.
They're all like, yeah.
Now, Carson, you may remember she won the PWBA Showdown, Regional Showdown
Yes.
last year. She has a free entry into every event on the national PWBA Tour this year. She told me she's going to bowl Rockford. She's going to bowl USBC Women's Nationals and the Queens at the same time.
Okay.
She's going to bowl the Summer Series, and if things are going well, she's also going to bowl in Ohio.
Wow, so Carson's like, bowling. Yeah, that's nice to see. A couple more stops. Oh, my Lord.
Now, she leaves the 7-10, but on the other lane. And this just speaks to how difficult it is to bowl out here on the PWBA Tour, because they challenge these ladies with these conditions. A 3.28 to 1 ratio here using ice oil. Bowling ball just gets further down the lane, doesn't knock down 10. This is not a house shot, folks.
Correct.
What do you see here?
I feel like it just got down the lane a little bit longer before it wanted to change direction. You know, a little bit behind the head pin. But from this angle here, without watching the replay, I thought if anything, maybe it could be a flat 7 or 10, but not both.
I remember the last time we saw this in the last match, we saw another one right behind it. Hopefully we don't see that here.
Please no. Nice.
That might be the best shot she's thrown on lane 10 to date.
That was really good. Really good. And what a way, too, to capitalize, you know, on your opponents. I wouldn't necessarily say mistake, but, like, I'll call it a bad break in this case.
We can't always catch it up here. All those little moves you guys make out there on the lanes. Like,
Yeah.
we can't tell if you move 1 and 1 right. We can try to see it from up here, but all these little subtle adjustments, maybe a hand position change, maybe a little bit of difference in ball speeds, holding the ball an inch higher, an inch lower, changes the trajectory. All those things make a big difference.
Right.
Subtle adjustments.
Is it going to go? Oh, no.
Nope, just the 10.
Oh, man.
Been really impressed with Stephanie here. This is her best finish, as I mentioned. You know, Carson, she's been here before. She's won 5 of these before. She won the showdown. But for Stephanie here, this is a big, big moment today.
Yeah. And I think thus far she's handling it really, really well. Nice spare.
This isn't television. There's no shot clock. If they want to take a little extra time to think about their shot, they're more than welcome to do that, the athletes here today.
Ooh.
Hit them thin, watch them spin, as a great broadcaster in bowling has said before.
We'll take those.
You know, Carson, she bowls the queen. She's bowled the last 4 years in a row. I'm gonna ask you a trivia question, Gigi.
Oh, I don't know if I know the answer.
How many times do you think she's made it? Made match play?
Match play? All 4 times.
As we get the light mixer there. Yeah, she's 4 for 4.
4 for 4.
Of course she is.
4 for 4. Not Wendy's.
Now you got me hungry.
Oh!
How about that?
Fizz bump.
A nice answer after the 7-10, back-to-back strikes. And when we come back, we'll have the rest of our semifinal match right here from East Providence Lanes.
It was kind of my first moment that I stood in the settee area and looked around and was like, this is like a home. Like, I belong here. We all belong here.
I worked harder, I got better, I got smarter. Obviously, I'd like a few more titles. I remember walking on campus and walking in the bowling alley being like, I'm going to be next to Shannon Plahowski on that wall someday.
It's like Sharapova. She wasn't happy to see Serena. Serena wasn't happy to see Sharapova, you know? All of them. The locker room conversation, there was no conversation.
One day you could be a superstar. Those words just changed my life forever.
And welcome back to our semifinal match here at the PWBA Rhode Island Regional. Mike Flanagan along with Gigi Mason here in the booth. Second half of our semifinal match, and we got a close one here, Gigi.
Yeah.
Big double for Carson.
Huge double, especially after an unfortunate break. And that fist bump said it all.
I'm with you.
Energy.
I'm actually going to hide. I don't want her coming after me. All right, here we go. Stephanie, big shot here coming out of commercial.
Yeah. Hold it. Oh, from here, it just looks like it's going to keep going from my angle. That was a great shot.
One word I describe that one is touch. And when we say touch in bowling, we talk about speed change. She knew the last time she went up out of a commercial break, she 7-10'd over on that lane.
Correct.
What great touch and speed on that right lane.
That was great.
We got a close one here. 256 to 259 max score still left out on the table. Stephanie Casey, if both players were to strike out, would win by 3.
And going back to when you're talking about touch, I feel, you know, people see, maybe from the outside looking in, they see, you know, rev rate and, you know, the guys hooking in and stuff like that. But speed is a very important component to, you know, being able to compete at the highest levels and be successful consistently. Nice pitch. I feel like it's overlooked at times.
You got to do 3 things every single time you bowl. You got to be able to hit your target, rotate it the same way, and throw it the same speed. Gets that ball to hit.
Beautiful.
Slaps that 6 into the 10.
Yeah, it is. And she's still throwing her dynasty. Nice. And also sometimes, too, you know, I like how she kind of maybe made a adjustments, parallel adjustments, hand adjustments, whatever it is, rather than, you know, making a ball change and maybe not necessarily knowing what's going to happen with the not as many frames. You know, they go by so fast. Oh, nice pitch.
That was another good one for her. Carson is a member of Team Storm, High Five, and Vice Grips.
It's safe to say they'd all be proud of her.
Oh,
or they
yeah,
are proud of her.
Definitely. She also went to Fairleigh Dickinson College.
Yeah. Nice. Slasher.
She wanted to give a shout out to her job that she loves so much, which is Mammoth County Park System. She is a director of operations for 8 golf courses. She runs tournaments, does a lot of event planning. She wanted to give a shout out to her boss, Jeremy, and I think I know why she did that. Because she knows she's going to be taking a lot of time off here this summer, bowling the national tour.
Yeah.
And she wants to just make sure that Jeremy knows how much she appreciates being able to go out and live out her dream.
Exactly. Oh.
That 7 went down late.
Ooh. And it's nice too, you know, when you have people who support you, it just makes the journey, you know, that much better. Oh yeah. I get that. I'm celebrating. I'm probably flossing off the lane at that point.
Every single strike here is so much more important, so much more on the line on the right lane. Stephanie. Not quite.
Oh my.
Just the 10. If this pattern was 41 feet in length, we would not be seeing so many corner pins the way that they're leaving them.
Yes.
That extra little bit of length doesn't allow that bowling ball to come off the pattern and have enough angle to go through the pins. You can see right here, the 5 barely takes out the 7.
So many variables. So many variables when it comes to our sport. But I feel like that's what makes it much more rewarding. Okay.
Back to a 3-pin match. If you're looking at the max scores here, 238 for Stephanie, 235 for Carson. If you're Stephanie here, I mean, don't you just want to go up and just get 10 and be able to sit down and say, you know what, I'm going to control my destiny in the 10th frame?
You know, that's what we would like to do, but we never know what's going to happen until the pins just say, this is what I want to do. Big shot for Stephanie.
Yeah, if she strikes on this ball, she cannot be shut out.
I wonder if she's taking an extra deep breath.
I certainly hope so.
Big shot here. Ooh.
She stood up on that shot like she did on another shot, and the ball finishes a little bit stronger when she stands up on the shot. Runs them over. That's exactly what she needed to do. Great result.
She got the job done on that lane.
That headpin just came
Wow.
spinning across like a helicopter.
Yeah. This is a great match here.
Sure is. You just got to imagine here, Carson, because she's been here so many times, that she's going to go up and she's going to make it really tough for Stephanie. Every strike matters here in this game because you compound the next 2 shots.
Huge shot. Oh, wow.
Another ring 10. So if Carson makes this spare, she can bowl 215. That would mean Stephanie Casey would have to go up and go spare, and then she would need 8 pins on the fill.
That was a great shot. The worst is when you put it where you wanted it to, and it's just like, what the heck?
You know, Carson's bowled a great game here. Both ladies have. If you look at the scoreboard, it always tells the story, as the great Bo Burton used to say. 9, 9, 9 for Stephanie, all in the pocket. Carson, 9, 9, 9, plus that dreaded 7, 10 in the 4th.
Nice. Ooh, that 10 slid over a little bit, fell late.
She's a little frustrated at her pin carry here. I would be too. That's a beauty. Needs to do it again. Muscle memory. Envision that last shot and just repeat it again.
Oh, that looked identical.
Yeah,
The way the template
are we
fell.
sure Curtis didn't just show a replay there? Because those two were identical, as you
Man.
said. Six into the 10.
Yeah, that just looked like a replay from the shot before.
So 215 here, the max. Again, it'll force Stephanie Casey to have to mark in the 10th frame and get 8 pins. Easier said than done, especially when this is the most pressure you've ever received as a PWBA bowler. That was a pocket 610.
Oh, wow.
Very unusual leave.
Very.
So that changes things a little bit on the fill, but Stephanie still needs to mark. That's the most important thing here.
And anything can happen, as we've seen thus far.
Look at this. There might have been a pin-off spot on that or something that we just didn't catch.
The only time I've done that is on string pins at East Campus in Nebraska at school. It's kind of crazy.
All right, Stephanie needs a mark, right lane. That's that soft speed up the lane there. Wanted to make sure she didn't 7-10, and she leaves the 4, the 7, and the 10. Gigi, she's going to have to slide that 4 pin over and take out the 10.
My heart is racing, and I'm not bowling. My heart rate just went up. Oh, wow. Will she bounce it?
She does not.
Oh,
Carson Lukosius advances 213 to 206. Striking out in the 10th frame there, although double an 8, I should say. The actual score here in-house is 213 to 206. Our scoreboard integration there shows 205, but it was a double in the 10th frame for Carson. So it's 213 to 206. Now, let's go ahead and hear from our friends over at Lane Talk.
Got some exciting news.
We now have a pro subscription
for bowlers who really want to take their game to the next level.
The biggest thing, you can tag and label each game.
Whenever you use a ball, whatever oil pattern that you're on,
you can now track the ball's performance and compare balls side by side.
It is incredibly powerful, and it is going to help you analyze your game.
Boom! Try Lane Talk Pro free for 1 month. Upgrading the app, and we'll see you on Lane Talk.
And we welcome you back in. It is title match time here. Gigi Mason joining me here in the booth for the championship match. Mike Flanagan here with you. And we are, of course, in Providence, Rhode Island here at East Providence Lanes. A lot of history here in this bowling center. They bring in a lot of professional events. And we want to shout out Mike Sedona and his entire team here, the GM. Yeah, Mike.
Mike is awesome.
You know Mike
in the chat, man. He takes great care of everyone here.
Gigi, there's something about the name Mike that we're
All
just
the Mikes.
we're just good people.
Mike, every Mike that I know is definitely great.
If you're just tuning in, this is the determining shot in the last match. Stephanie Casey, she hadn't opened the entire time other than the 7-10. 2 splits over 2 games, and that split is the deciding factor. Handing it to Carson Lukosius. Now she's going to take on our #1 seed here, and Alyssa Ferraro leapfrogged her in the last game earlier today. Alyssa coming all the way in from Deltona, Florida. It is Deltona, Florida. She's got a lot of family up in Boston. She's actually making it a weekend trip, an extended trip. She's going to go see family tomorrow in Boston. Want to give a shout out to everybody. And you may hear the name Ferraro. And there's a lot of famous Ferraros in the bowling world.
I every time I think of Dave, bowler of the year, 1990 or 91.
Right around there.
Yeah. Great mullet. He had a killer mullet.
Well, her husband Pete, who bowls on the PBA 50 tour, her husband Pete on the PBA 50 tour, he is cousins with Dave Ferraro. So there is a relationship.
There is a relationship.
There
okay. There had to be.
Alyssa is a member of Team Brunswick and Coolwick. Coolwick are jerseys.
Yeah, we love Coolwick.
She was, during the event, she was using a Black Widow Dynasty and Evil Eye. And then if things progress here during the finals and the lanes transition very quickly, she might go to a Brunswick Alert. I think we're going to have a great championship match here. I mean, these two separated themselves from the rest of the field. 212 over for Alyssa, 196 over for Carson, and then it was 109 over for our 3 seed, which was Lauren, and 94 over for Stephanie Casey. So these two players were elite compared to the other 39 in the field.
Yeah, definitely separated themselves. To be honest, if I you know, going into this new match, if I was struggling a little bit with carry, like Carson did, I would probably, to be honest, probably stay where I am because, you know, the lanes are constantly transitioning, or I might move a half, you know, or maybe just do something with my speed or with my hand, just something to try to get the corners out. But I wouldn't want to do too much because she has great control of the pocket.
This is a rematch of the regional showdown from last year.
Okay.
Title match.
This is an actual rematch of the regional showdown last year title match, and I actually talked to Alyssa about that, and she said, you know, look, we're friends out here off the lanes,
Yeah,
but on the lanes, I want to win this one right here. She in the PWBA regional circuit, get this, Gigi, she has finished 2nd, 3rd, and has finished 4th.
see, we love that.
Okay.
We love the consistency.
She's got to hit the cycle, man.
But here's the thing, okay? We talk about stair progression in sports. You know, make your first show, win your first match on television, bowl for a title or on live stream. She has checked every one of those boxes, and she is on that second to top step. Now she wants to make it to that next step, and she's got the opportunity to stay. She put herself in a perfect spot to be able to do so.
She did. And I feel like that's the only thing that you can do. You're just trying to be consistent and putting yourself in those positions, and, you know, hopefully the outcome is what we want it to be.
Carson was leading this thing, as I mentioned before, but it was that last game where Alyssa bowled 233, Carson bowled 185, and overtook her by 16 pins.
Every pin matters. And it's nice, too. You never know. You catch a good pair here and there and take advantage and get after the score as well.
Determination, who's going to start the match?
Carson has that Equinox Solid also sitting there, potentially, that she might switch to. I know she's pretty much probably going to be pot committed to this Equinox Solid, but don't forget, or to that Bionic, but don't forget she's got the Equinox Solid she could be using.
Last time we were at East Providence against Carson took home the title. And in our regional showdown,
Carson with 2 doubles in the last game is going to have to figure out a way to probably string more than 2 in a row.
here. So pick out your favorite player. Carson, who's cheering for Carson? Let's hear it. And who's cheering for Alyssa? Let me hear you. It's the same people.
Alyssa just heard the crowd cheer a little bit more for Carson, and she goes, oh. That's all right. Carson's the more familiar face out there on the lanes right now. But Alyssa, I think she's ready here today. I think we're going to see a great match here. Championship match, lanes 9 and 10.
Here we
Here
go.
at East Providence lanes. We will have no commercials during this championship match.
What I would like to see in this match, I have one wish. I don't want to see any 7-10 bad breaks.
Okay.
Bowling gods, please hear me out and listen to my request.
I offer thee a Diet Pepsi.
All right, so Alyssa has lane choice here, and she is elected to have Carson start the match on the left lane.
I'm curious to know if she, in practice, had a better look maybe on the left lane wanting to end there, or just, you know, watching the matches before and not wanting to end there. I'm curious as to why, like what her reasoning was.
Well, 1 for 1 for Carson. This is Alyssa's third show in a row. So we take a look at Carson's shot again. Shreds the rack. She wasn't sure she was going to come up here from Florida, but she says, you know, I'm bowling so good right now. Why not?
Great reset.
Yep, Bowling Music Network kicking in here. Letting everybody know that bowling is a great, fun, safe sport. Don't go over the foul line, everybody. I've heard that so many times. Forgot to shut that off. A little distraction here to get started. Alyssa, she's a veteran. She's been bowling for 35 years.
Doesn't seem like it.
She started when she was 2.
You go. That's awesome.
How about that? Walking it out a little bit.
Yeah.
That's a little swagger.
I like
like it. I don't think you can throw it any better for an opening shot here in a title match.
Especially after the reset, too. Nice. I'm glad she didn't let that moment distract her.
Yep. She also led the PTQ last year at the Showdown to get into the Showdown. And of course, she lost in that title match. But she also bowled 300
nice.
At the Showdown. And her best finish, the one that's most memorable to her, she finished second at the True Amateur Tournament in 2021 against not only girls, but guys, too.
Oh, yeah. We love that.
She loves that ball reaction right now on both lanes.
I do, too.
Me, too. Kind of jealous. When she was a kid, talking about Alyssa, she worked at Don Carter Lanes down in Florida.
Wow.
No longer there.
My first job was at Don Carter All-Star Lanes in Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Don Carter, he gets around. He's got centers everywhere back in the day.
I was going to say, are there more?
I think so. Got that one up the lane, 4-pin.
I'll take a 4-pin, though. If I'm not going to strike, having control of the pocket, you know, give me a 4, give me a 10. Let's just do a slasher, easy makeable. No 4-9s or 7-10s. Nice.
Solid cover. You know, thinking back to her job at the golf course where she runs tournaments and event planning, you know, no offense to golf, but if I was one of these big FEC bowling centers, or maybe I owned a chain of centers, I might be trying to hire Carson to run events and run tournaments
I like
for
that.
bowling.
Yeah.
No offense to her boss, Jeremy. I know Jeremy's a great guy and she loves her job, but we'd like to have that talent in bowling.
We need that experience over here, Jeremy, please. Oh. That looked like it picked up a little bit.
It did. It read a little early. Leaves the 4 and the 10. Now remember, she left the 4-pin over on the right lane.
Maybe a little transitioning is happening. That's what it looks like.
Just about 3 boards too far to the left as it entered the pocket. Result, a split.
Right, we like to see a bounce back.
So if you're Alyssa right here, you know, Carson's had her number, right? You got to be thinking about that coming into this match. Carson has had my number. I finished second, I finished third, I finished fourth. Have not won. Sees Carson go up 4-pin, 4-10. It's time to capitalize here in the third.
Yes. And she did.
That is perfect ball reaction.
Yeah.
It's like she's getting a mittful of it at the bottom, but then she's projecting the ball down lane so it doesn't overhook.
Exactly. It's going with the pins. Amazing. Yeah. Can't get any better than that. Doing that consistently, that's hard to beat.
She's still in her Black Widow dynasty. Also has an Evil Eye and an Alert standing by if she needs it. And she's bowled 300 on a big stage before. She has a 300 game at Women's Nationals.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh, my
Trip 4.
God in the hell. She said, oh, wow. See, she was surprised, too.
This is the future of the PWBA, these regional tournaments. This is where you can cut your teeth. This is where you can get your experience. Carson's going to prove that this year. I hope to see her make a run in at least one event this year. You know, Alyssa, she's had made one cut on the national tour. If this event here is going to help propel her to possibly bowl better when she's out there. Both are signed up for the Queens. This is the future.
Yeah, and I would encourage anyone listening, you know, if you're able to bowl the PWBA tour stops, that you do.
Yeah, why not? Why not try? You know, why not go find a regional near you and sign up and bowl? Why not?
I know some people, you know, are a little intimidated, but that's why, you know, like you said, like the regionals are here, kind of get your feet wet, and it's just like guiding blocks or building blocks to the next stage.
This is my first event being part of the PWBA Regional Tour. My experience was I didn't know what to expect coming here, and it felt like a family out here. There are a lot of people here sticking around, competitors rooting for their friends.
Yeah.
So don't be intimidated coming out here. Make sure you come out and sign up. And you can sign up over at pwba.com to check out the regional schedule, and there's quite a few more here throughout the rest of the season here in 2026.
All right, it looked like when Carson went up, she looked like from here, maybe she moved her feet a little left, maybe one or two. Oh.
Yeah, it was
looked like
right
an
adjustment
to me.
Our parents, Mike and Cara, at home right now. Cara was in the chat hanging out with us earlier today. Shout out to those two. She wanted to make sure that they knew at home that she just appreciates their support so much.
Yeah, split the 8-9.
Oh, that was pretty.
That was beautiful.
Was that Belmo? Was that the right replay? I wasn't.
That was a great pitch. Oh, yeah.
Oh, no.
God. She's just smiling. I feel like that's all you can do at this point. That was a great pitch.
Well, there's three things that can happen on a championship match. You can either have great ball reaction, you can have not so good ball reaction, or you can have too good of ball reaction. And I think that's what we have happening right here for Alyssa.
Wow, I thought that pin, I don't know what pin it was going to bounce back and hit the 9. Nice fair.
Reminds me of the movie Rocky. Not everybody's seen this movie, but there's a point in the movie where Rocky just keeps getting hit and keeps getting hit and keeps getting hit. And then he finally cuts the Russian. And Rocky's corner says, "You see, he's not a machine." So right now, Carson is like, okay, Alyssa's not going to bowl 300 at me. I still have a chance.
Well, okay.
Didn't deserve the 9, probably deserved the 10 there, based off the ball reaction. Going at the 9 pin there, ball was driving through the pins. This one here, ball deflecting, as you mentioned earlier.
Yes.
You don't want that ball to deflect. Back to real time.
Easy enough.
Okay, 268 left out there for Alyssa Ferraro. 247 for Carson. So she's got one strike right now. We know what happens in bowling, in the sport of bowling. To those that don't know how to keep score, you on a strike, you get the next 2 balls. Meaning, if she were to strike on the next 2 balls, that's 97 in the 5th. So if you look at the 5th frame here, that's 128. But you got a spare after that, so it could get around 20 pins or so with a couple of strikes here is how we kind of look at that here. Needs a double here. This would be big right now.
I'm not really sure what happened on that one.
I was going to yield to you to find out what it was as well. Something didn't work there.
Yeah.
A multitude of things could have gone wrong. It could have been missed at the bottom. Didn't quite, get the rotation the way that she wanted.
From here, it looked just further right down lane.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sometimes both things can happen because if you miss it a little bit, it doesn't start up. It hydroplanes, and then you have a miss of the head pin, and then she wraps the head pin right around the 10. That's a bad break on the spare. Best she can bowl now is 215. Right now, this is going at a 220 pace.
I like to see a bounce back, no matter who's bowling. Nice shot.
Her ball reaction has just gone away.
It's going, yeah. Because I feel like 2 frames ago, I would have went flush. Nope.
You just cannot out-bowl bad ball reaction.
My coach had to tell me that many and many of times. Still does.
And this is the fastest game in bowling when you're in a championship round, whether if it's just in your local center and not on live stream or televised, whether it's on CW Sports, CBS Sports, ESPN, or Fox over the years, or live stream here on Bowl TV. This game goes by so quick, and Carson will look back at this and say, "Oh my goodness, this is what I did." She'll see it better than we will because it's her own game.
Yeah.
So Alyssa just needs to be careful here, right? You can't get 2 laps because we've seen crazier things happen.
Anything can happen, yes.
The math is still out there. A couple of bad breaks here, a couple open frames, and it's back to a match.
It's just controlling the puck, pretty much just doing what she's been doing. Try to keep up with any moves necessary.
Ring 10.
9 is good right now.
This has got to be a great feeling right now for Alyssa.
Wow.
As much of a tough opponent Carson has been for her. Trying to get that monkey off her back.
Yeah, and if that were the case, she can look at this and be like, I'm glad I made the trip. Nice.
She came into this event absolutely on fire, said, you know what, I'm going to be, she's the furthest traveled here. She's the furthest traveled up here, all the way from Florida. Flew up here to bowl the regional. Regionals are built for people local. You normally don't see people fly into regionals, but Alyssa said, I got a hunch here. I've been bowling better than I've ever bowled in my life, and I want to go get the win while I can.
Yeah.
That was what she set out to do here.
And when you're feeling great about your game, you just have to capitalize and take advantage as well. All right.
I think both players are actually experiencing a little bit of laziness down lane. It's just affecting Carson a lot more than it is Alyssa.
Right. And if I'm Alyssa at this rate, I'm just going to 9 spare. Not do too much. I would prefer a strike, but, give or take looking at the score, just fill those frames.
Now, can I tell you something kind of funny here about Alyssa since we have a little extra time?
Yeah.
Okay. The Yankees and the Red Sox, they don't get along very well.
Right, yes.
Alyssa is a huge Yankees fan. She's got 3 dogs, Judge, Yogi, and Bomber.
Oh, Yogi's so cute.
Okay, they're named after Yankees.
Really?
Guess what kind of dogs they are? Boston Terriers.
Got the best of both worlds.
How can you be a Yankee fan and own 3 Boston Terriers, but she loves them dearly?
Oh, that's awesome.
I think that's actually kind of like rubbing it in their face. I'm going to name 3 Boston Terriers after 3 New York Yankee legends. Take that, Boston. Oh, wait a minute. I'm on home turf here. I got to be careful. I got to watch myself.
Yeah, you do. They're serious over here.
My bad. Carson makes the baby split, and it just wasn't her championship match today. But she was the favorite coming in here, and that's for a reason. She's really a great bowler.
Yeah, she is.
And in a one-game match in a format like this, you can catch a pair that plays havoc on you. You can just be slightly off, and the score doesn't reflect how you bowled, much like we saw in the first match with Lauren.
Correct. Just for me, like wanting to know people's thought processes, if things didn't go the way they want, so is wondering, what does Carson think, or what would she have done differently? Kind of just learning from other players' experiences and what they would have done differently as well.
So Alyssa's about to take her victory lap here. Scoreboard tells the story, as we all know. But we're going to call her shot right here is the official shot here that gets it. This is going to be the shot she's going to be able to remember for a long time. She can breathe easy. No more second, third, fourth, because she's going to get a win right here. Victory lap.
Nice.
Congratulations, Alyssa Ferraro.
Right.
And guess what, Alyssa? You don't have to bowl the PTQ for the Showdown this year. You're automatically in.
Nice.
You don't have to do that anymore.
Deep breath. Oh yeah, that was like a breath or a sigh of relief. That was awesome.
Here's the thing. She's getting a belt. They're giving her a belt, and she's got to fly home. I wonder if she's going to have to check an extra bag for the belt.
That belt's nice.
That belt is nice.
That's awesome.
What a great game. What a wonderfully bowled game. She's got a great game. I hope she continues to try the national tour. I know that she's made one cut, but like she said to me earlier, she's throwing the ball better than she ever has. She's got the hot hand right now, and she is your winner. There's the belt. There it is. WrestleMania is tonight, everybody, in Las Vegas. Get her there. Book her flight. See a lot of respect for one another out there on the lanes. Alyssa Ferraro, final shot. To be in the 220s, a professional game. We say that when it's all clean. Not only that, a 9-pin no-tap 300. That means you're around the pocket the entire game. Final ball right here. Right up the track. Doesn't matter. She's a winner. She was a winner before she bowled this match.
Yeah, she
but
was.
Now she's a winner on the PWBA regional circuit.
There you go.
Picks up her phone. She's got to reply to some texts here.
Yeah.
And hey, give it up for Carson.
Yeah.
Give it up for Carson. Look, hey, and by the way, everybody, watch out this year on the PWBA Tour. Carson Lukosius might win a national tour title. That's right, I said it.
Speaking things into existence. We love that.
Brian Kane says you won't, and I'm going to right now. I'm speaking that into existence.
Nice. Did she make an adjustment?
Probably. Probably just, now it doesn't matter. I'm just going to go up and throw the ball down the lane. They always fall that way, don't they? Hey, Gigi, this has been a blast calling this finals with you. I've called finals with a lot of different folks over the years, and it was an absolute pleasure to have you join me in the booth.
Thank you all for having me. This was fun.
This was fun. I hope we get to do it again someday.
Yes. Bye, chat.
Thanks, Gigi.
Welcome.
Thanks. Put your hands together for the 2026 PWBA Rhode Island Regional Champion, Alyssa Ferraro. Congratulations, Alyssa.
Okay, I'm gonna go.
Mike Sedona is here to present her winning trophy, aka the belt.
Gentlemen. General Manager Mike Sedona going to present the belt.
How about a round of applause for Carson Lukosha, second place, fantastic.
Damon Sirocco, our tournament director, shouting out Carson for her second place finish. We'll take it out to the lanes here. Make sure you stick around. I am going to interview our champion here in just a few minutes. Belt looks good. Everybody getting their pictures. How about that flex? Feels good.
Holy Grants, there she is, Alyssa Ferraro, the 2026 PWBA Rhode Island Regional. Thank you for coming out to the fantastic goal from all of our competitors. We're not done yet. We're going to get things ready, recondition some lanes, and we're going to do the pro-am portion of the
Got a pro-am coming up here tonight.
small break here.
Won't be streaming that one for you, but players have a pro-am here at East Providence Lanes, which I know everybody's really looking forward to. Am I going to talk to her? Okay. Okay.
I'm going to do some pictures here for us. They're Flanagan. And then we'll get the champion, Alyssa Ferraro, in. Do you want to talk to Carson real quick?
Sure.
If she's up to it.
Hey, Carson. Can we ask you a couple questions?
Folks, we're going to talk to our runner-up here. Superstar Carson, winner of the showdown last year, going to bowl some PBA national stops this year. Congratulations on your second place finish. I know it isn't what you were looking for, though, here today.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's all good. I mean, I was expecting to get, third place, and luckily I got a break in that 10th frame. So to make it to the title match yet again, that's something that I will always be proud of. And Alyssa bowled great. I'm happy for her. So she got her revenge from the showdown.
Yeah, we talked about that she might get a little revenge out there. You can't win them all, but boy, you've won 5 of them out here, the second place finish. What are you going to take from this here to be able to take forward as the PWBA National Tour is coming up?
Yeah, I mean, this is a good experience yet again. I mean, it's more practice for me. The competition was great today, I thought. I mean, making a step ladder, that's always fun. But, it gives me something to look forward to in a few weeks where I'll be in Rockford. So I can't wait to compete against, the rest of the national tour.
What'd you do in the 10th frame to throw the turkey? Anything?
I just said throw the ball.
Yeah, I know what you were going to say there. I appreciate you not saying it.
Yeah, that right lane, my first match against Stephanie, the right lane was giving me trouble. That's the lane that Lauren and Stephanie both 7-10'd on. So I was like, there's something down the lane. It was like a puddle or something. But I just tried to get the ball out on the lane more to kick out the 10. And luckily, yeah, I mean, those 3 shots in the 10th, I was like, is it that hard?
Yeah, exactly. That's what we were thinking as well. Yeah. Well, congratulations on your second place finish. I know, again, it wasn't what you were looking for. Yeah. And good luck and great bowling. We know you'll bowl great on the national stage here coming up here this summer.
Thank you.
Thanks so much, Carson. You're awesome.
That's Carson Lukosha.
And of course they're looking at me like, huh?
I've got the champ, Alyssa Ferraro, here in the booth.
Hi.
First of all, just congratulations to you. You did what you set out to do coming up from Florida.
I did. I sure did. My plan was to come out, win, and then go spend some time with my family tomorrow.
Yeah, we talked about that a little bit. What was it about this championship pair, lanes 9 and 10, that you felt so comfortable and you were able to bowl such a big score out there?
I was just watching the way that their balls were kind of going through the pins, 7-10s, weak 10s. So I just try to stay on top of it and just make the best shots I could. And then I kind of lost it when I 9-pinned, but yeah, I was like, oh, that was the 4th one I've left today.
We thought you were going to just keep striking the whole way. And then, yeah, you lost pin carry a little bit, but your opponent lost ball reaction at the same time.
Yeah, she did. She struggled. She even told me that she hated lane 10. So, yeah, lane 10 was tough for all the opponents on the pair, just watching the ball just kind of, you throw a great shot and then it just goes to the pins and it just kind of dies out on you.
In a championship match, there's top seeds, and then there's those that have to work their way to the title match. And we know it's a lot of times it's a 50-50 coin flip, and sometimes the person that's more comfortable on the pair can have an advantage. You today overtook Carson in the last game to go to the #1 seed, and then bowl just this one match here, and we can see it go either way. You've bowled for a title before, and it didn't come out good. How does it feel today to be the #1 seed and go ahead and get it done right there on the championship lanes?
It felt great because I'm not having to chase the title. I was in a good position, and then I got to bowl against Carson, so I was more comfortable going against her. We're good friends. Well, her family, they live in Florida, and when she comes down, we talk, we hang out, but she's a good person, great bowler. She's got such a great resume, so she bowled fantastic. There's nothing that she needs to lay her head down. She's got a lot of regional titles under her. So I'm just happy to be here in the moment, shot for shot. Just stay focused, just breathe. I felt really confident coming into this match. I just felt really good.
I'm a little upset with you here, though.
Why?
You were under average. You averaged 226.50 through qualifying, and it's like you took it easy on us here with 223.
I threw a 7 count in the fill.
Good point. If you fill that up, you're right on your average. Shame on you.
Yeah, how dare I?
Alyssa, tell us your plans. You made a lot of fans here today. Are you going to bowl any additional stops now with the way you've been bowling? You told me you had the hot hand coming into this. That's why you wanted to bowl 3rd show in a row. Are you going to bowl some PWBA National Tour stops?
So the only one I'm registered for is the Queens. I'm taking, extra time off to compete in it. I'm bowling Women's Nationals, so I figured I'm bowling great. Why not take the chance and bowl against the best?
Absolutely. Why not? I think you need to go to pwba.com and sign up for a few more.
Yeah, I wish I had more PTO.
I know.
I mean, my job is great. They've been really good to me, and I have a second job. I deal poker at the poker room over in Orange City, Florida. So if anybody is ever out in Orange City and likes to play cards, you'll find me there. And they're super flexible with me. They understand I want to go out and compete. So it's been really great considering in that industry it's hard to get time off, especially on weekends. That's
Sure.
busy times.
Yeah. Well, your husband, Pete, I know is happy.
Yes.
And Judge Yogi and Bomber at home are pumped as well.
They are. I heard Judge barking in the background. I'm like, oh gosh, here he goes.
But Boston Terriers, I mean, really, come on. Boston, New York, I mean, that's showing up the city of Boston right there.
It is. I mean, I got to represent both.
I love it. Well, Alyssa, I'm going to remember this one for a long, long time. I'll never forget your first PWBA regional title. I know our fans won't as well. Congratulations on having a plan, having that mindset to think you were going to win this thing, and then going out and executing the plan to near perfection. We thought you might have even bowled 300 that game. You had such a good ball reaction, and to do it against your nemesis here, your friend but nemesis, Carson, was awesome.
It was great. I bowled her in the showdown, and I had just ran the ladder, so gas was kind of like running out a little bit. You know, I just bowled all those games, and then I had to bowl the PTQ before. So like that last final game was kind of like, okay, we finally got this far. But then we took the commercial break, and after that, it was kind of like I lost it. I lost the momentum. I couldn't get anything going. You know, I 7-10'd, I 4-counted. So I handed her the match, and I was very proud that I even got that far. I never expected it. So it's a good feeling to come back and bowl for that title and actually win this time.
Well, you can flush that now, but remember this one right here.
Yes.
You are a PWBA champion here today. Congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate everybody back home watching and Bowl TV chat supporting me. Chris, S, Ross, you know, my Phyllis, all my people in the Bowl TV chat, you know, all those good people, Larry, you know.
All right. Well, thanks so much for showing up and bowling this one and giving us this great memory.
Thank you. And I also just want to thank Tyler Armour with Brunswick and Brunswick Bowling and Coolwick for the support. Without them, I wouldn't be here.
Awesome. That's Alyssa Ferraro, your champion here in Providence, Rhode Island.
Thank you, Mike. All right, Curtis. Thank you. Okay.
Everybody, that's going to do it for our broadcast here. Really enjoyed it. And I know you normally hear the voice of the PWBA, Emil Williams Jr. Appreciate the opportunity to fill in here today at this third regional of the season. There are more you can bowl. Head over to pwba.com for more information. So that's going to do it. We want to thank a few folks before we get out of here. The BPAA and their board, the USBC and their board, the PWBA, our Bowl TV community, and how about our finalists? Thank you to the competitors for providing such great competition for everybody to tune in and watch. Got a bird's eye view of this. And for my colleague, Mr. Curtis Von Kruger, working so hard here, getting everything set up and being here with us. I appreciate him so much. And my broadcast partner here today, Gigi Mason. I enjoyed it thoroughly. So for all of us here at East Providence Lanes, you've been watching the PWBA Tour exclusively on Bowl TV, where bowling lives here.